Hello guys, welcome to I Like the Draw channel. So today I want to rest the JavaScript as a tutorial or to teach for the beginner that you want to develop with the JavaScript. Okay, and what is the JavaScript? JavaScript is high-level interpretive programming language conform to the ECMAScript specification, multi-paradigm, run on the client browser straight on the Node.js. Why learn JavaScript? JavaScript is a programming language of the browser, be a very interactive user interface with the framework library we use in building very fast server-side and full-stack application, used in a mobile development, reactive, native, unitive, native script, Ionic, used in desktop application development, Electron.js. What you will learn in this course? In this course, we talk about how to use variable and data types, array, object literal, method for string array, object, etc., loop for while, for off, for in, for each, and the math. Conditional if ternary, switch, function, normal and row, obey, doom, selection, doom, manipulation, event, basic form validation. Future learning, or you can learn at your home with the modern JS from the beginner 20-hour Udemy course. More link in description. JavaScript Doom crash course, JLP crash course, higher array method video, synchronous JS crash course, fetch API jack crash course, vanilla JS really full of small bridge framework crash course. Okay, so everyone, now we can step by step with the video of the beginner. Okay, and this part. So I refer to the how to input to display to the user in JavaScript. So JavaScript we can create with the two way. In the first we can create in the internal script, and one more way we create to call the external script. But in this we use it like this, means that we call the internal script. For example, if I use the alert hello world, okay, we use the hello world, but sometimes the developer using with the window.alert hello world when hello world, and this is the output. So right now I call the hello world. Okay, we create the hello world, and so everyone, when we run we refer to automatic to the browser, you must install. Okay, we can research from the live server here, and we store here. Okay, store live server scripts, or we can use the install with the command the npm install spreadsheet live server, because I run with the live server here. Okay. This is the live server when we run and automatic to the browser. Okay. Everybody, you don't forget to install the live server. So, and we create already with the file. So I choose and I remove it. So because with the internal script, we use the internal script with the main.js. Okay, main.js I create in the current directory with the object here in JavaScript folder, and we create the main.js scripts. So we use the window.alert. Okay, on the same path. Sometimes we can one more thing. We create in the console, for example, hello world and the console browser. The browser is the same, but we use the main on the console, and this is there are many input into display to the browser. We can use the one more. We use the console without message. So hello world. Yes, hello world. Hello world and display to the console box in the browser. So one more we create to display to the HTML, text to display in the body. So we can use the document.write. Okay, right now I say hello world, type hello world. So in the hello world display to the browser. Okay. So you can write the input anyone that you to display with the console, alert, or we can use the document.write. For example, I add BR. Okay, document.write. Okay, I add JavaScript here. So when I press, so we can click. Okay, we take the element we have the hello world string without the HTML text, but we can write into the body with the default with the body, not okay the body and the write into the center of the body, and the last we create the write HTML to HTML text to the in body text. Okay, in JavaScript we has the keyword while, let, and constant. So in the EXIC we had the issue. Okay, so I use the let and constant. What is the difference when we use the let and constant keyword in JavaScript? So I use the let age, so I 20 add. So we add the console, the logs, and the age. So I press. Okay. So in the display here in the console. Okay, in the console 20. But we can remove. For example, I add. We can not. Okay. Age and 20. 34. Okay. And when this code we then run and to change bars, so we use the constant keys. For example, if I let we use the constant, okay, constant not allow right. When we use the constant means that we do the first only when we use the constant first. Okay. When we assign or when we create a variable constant, you must input the value first. Yes, so we cannot utilize this. And one more, I create the score. Okay, score now, and I add the score here and 10. So when I refresh, and there is not allowed to as a missing in this line in the constant declare. Yes, but okay. So yes, refresh. So in the first we might design like this. So constant not sign, and again when after we create a function, when we create the first some variable, and sometimes we can call that this the started value one on the first create, not, and the later we cannot assign the value to the variable with a constant. But in the sometimes we use the while keys. Okay, while key support all the browser and support all the version JavaScript. But when we use the while, we use the global variable with, for example, if we was and score 10, so we console the score. Okay, and the same. So I know the score. Okay, the value you change and it's the same. So you can choose the keyword while or let to create the global local as with the constant and then we can call the variable to assign the letter, but the constant we cannot assign value the constant the letter after when we create with the constant value. Okay. Constant variable. Okay, now we use and we talk about string, number. Okay, so we use the data types, and I use the constant. Okay, name I use that. So we can use the console and we call the name. So they call the pricer, so console pricer, console, and we constant age 16. Size cruise. Okay, we use it to use. Constant is yes. So wise and defined. Okay, so we want to how to display of the type name of the as a variable when we declare the already. So we can use the types of to know about the types. Okay, so I use the type of name when I refresh. So we call that in the browser console, we call it a string, and we add the age and then the type number, and we use the range, data types and numbers. Okay, so but the JavaScript not consider number as floating point or the big ints or consider as only one number of types. Okay, so we use the boolean in this code and we call the boolean and can do the age. We recognize the object and we use the wash. We can do the undefined. Okay, and this undefined. For example, if we use wash and yes, I am a string. I am string. So and y is undefined automatically. So yes. Okay, and string in JavaScript automatic or we declare automatic when we cannot declare variable. Okay, this is the wash. So now we come back and we call the more. Okay, we use and now we let and set. So we call the set name set, right? And this is the undefined. Yes. But when we use the like this, what I call, and this is the undefined. So let and the constants. So when we use it like this, mean that okay. So for example, is that. And this is the yes, that is not undefined, but when we import the value, okay, we import the value like the I am a string again, a string. So JavaScript automatically create the variable name when we after the string, when we after input the string. Yes, so we use the one that. Okay, so I refresh and this is undefined. So we page. Okay, right now we add the concatenation string, concatenation. We want to create a string, so I add the loss. So I use my name is. So we concatenate the string with the plus sign. So I add the name, yes, and I am age. I am. So we add age. We add year. Years. So I refresh the console display. I am the GSO. Okay, my name is John, and I am 13 years old. Okay, but sometimes if you don't want to use the plus exactly in the JavaScript, we have used the template string. Okay, we use the template string. So for example, I add the template string, and this is we use the template string. Okay, so I use the console, and we see the single quote or a single command. Okay, refer to the first and the near number ones of the keys. Okay, so we call okay, my name is so, and we call the template as we call that use the plus here, but we use the template string. So we call the name, okay, and okay, and I am us. Okay, we use the template string and age. So we add the user. Okay, we had the two as a multis. Okay, it's multi to conditional string. We can use with the plus sign, or we can use the template string like this. Okay, now I am 20 years old. Okay. So if we want to use the line string like this, we can use with a constant, for example. Okay. Hello. Swing. Sorry. Okay, I add. So we can. So in the console is not displayed here. So okay, hello, and my name is George. And this, okay, and we can use a constraint. Okay, so we can consonant with the strings. Okay, so now we add the string. We use the hello world. Okay, I use the we add a constraint and str. We use the hello world. So we learn with the method string. Okay, with the method string, for example, and cause, and with the hello world here. So we can get the length of the string. Okay, we can hash the elements that one. So we want to convert to uppercase. We can do the hello world to the uppercase. Okay, so you can guess or how to use the method string on the internet. For example, I go to the internet. You can call the method string in JavaScript. Okay, you can try JavaScript with the W is school, you can check with the method string. Okay, and to lowercase. Okay, we convert to the hello to lowercase. We can use the char add. We want to find the string as with the integer 04. I add a char string, so we can get with the char string. Okay, refer to the integer 0 on the char strings. Okay, to substring. Okay, substring at the first. We want to get and the age before start to 0, and we use the 2s, so we can get with the age hello. But you use the number 1 and the number 1 start. We start the integer 1. Okay, integer 1, and in the string we have the like the integer of arrays. Yes, so but we want to get. For example, add 1, and then we take all the words after each, after a letter, so we can get the st1 dot range refer to. Okay, so and start the number so from a lower. Okay, so okay, and we had many methods. We had a slide, or we can do the split. Okay, dot split. We had we do it like this. When they're on the console, we have not array only, because in the string we have no split here for sham, and we use with the space we had return to the 2 array. Okay, 2 element of arrays, for example, and this we had head lower because we split with the space here of the st1 string. And then we use with the space, but sometimes we use okay, so we use the split without the space, so the array convert to the array with the integer 0. Okay, 0 age and 1 like this. Okay, you can test home by yourself. If we add comma here, means that there is no gradient to array. Okay, if I hello, so hello John. Okay, we use the hello John. So right now we create 2 array hello Johns. Okay, so I write with the case with the computer, and it's code. So we add it like this. We create the convert with the split, create to the array technologies and the computer. But okay, one more, if we console the .log.str like this. Okay, I think you can go to the internet to research how to use the method of the string. So, and now we use the array here, and the array what about the whole multiple for example, and let before we has the for example and name we had a John. Okay, constant and George. Age and 23. Okay, so but we create like this, mean that the array we can create one array and the whole multi values. So okay, so we create the array here. Okay, so question, and we add the array here, news array, and now we add the name. Okay, we call the array 1, and we can John. Okay, John and age. Okay, so the header array we had like this. We convert to the one variable, but we can hold the multi-value, or we call the element of arrays. Yes. So I will type is I type of person we display with the object. Okay, and this is the object. But in the JavaScript we can add like this. For example, we change to the John without the new key array. Okay, we had it like this. Okay, so I in the console.log and person we display the John and the age here. So and I with the number, okay, number, and we add the number here. New array false. So we call the number. Here. So in this object, the array object, and this is the show the number. Okay, so then I create the one function and fruits. So we had okay, we enter apples, okay, orange appears to the 10 and juice. Okay, so we call the fruit. Okay, so in the console we display with the array as a bus, and we have a multi value in the array with the fruit variable. Okay, I refer to the string and number and the boolean. We can call it like this, and this is the index of array to call with the values. Okay, so the array and hold and display with the current with the type true or string bus. So I do like this. But in the future you learn the TypeScript, and the TypeScript we call, for example, a constant name, and we call the string here, and we joins. But the JavaScript we has not support as a with like this. Okay, and when we learn the TypeScript we can create a variable with the string the like this. Okay, so and then right now we access the element in the array as with the index of arrays. Okay, you can know, and this is the index of arrays 0, 1 and 2. But now I want to access the apple. Okay, apple values, so we can call the number index. Okay, I add the apple, so we have the 2. Okay, 2, and I add the 3. We have the undefined because the index of array, because the array we has the index 0 and forward to number the ends. Okay, so we can get the fruit. We had the 3 lane, but the index 0, 1 and 2, not the 3. Okay, so right now we want to add already flash. For example, if we call the fruit, and we add to the new value. For example, I add a 3 to the enter. I add the graphs. So okay, and this we call the constant as with the object. We can assign the new value to the constant. Okay, not the same with the primitive value. Yes, primitive value, because the constant we has the create, or we assign the new value into the variable it's. Yes, one more, if we don't use the like this, we can add with the T, for example, and I add the number 4. So the integers we create 0 to 1, but if we add more, for example, we add new graphs. Okay, we add new graph. New graph mean that new graph will change to the number 6, the index. Okay, so right now if we want to without value, so in the array does not define here. Okay, so if we use it like this, mean that there is not, because we use with a constant. For example, if we use the 1, so we add the graph. Okay, so we add the graph to the keyword path, and the graph like this mean that not the array. For example, if we check, okay, I type script, so we type of fruits, so we can call the, okay, so I use the console, so the law, we call the string, and types, sorry. Okay, we call the object pass when the run code the number 6 line number. Okay, we call the line number, we call the types house, and we convert to the string. Okay. But we use the constant. Okay, we use the constant, we cannot create or import the data like this. So now base, and we add and before we create with okay, so we use like this, and we add the new with the element into the array variable like this. Pass the array, we had the post. Okay, post, so I use the graphs. Okay, I add the graph. Okay, this so same display into the variable scripts. And one more, we add fruit dot unzip. Okay, unzip refer to move the top of the array, and but we arrange with the integer 0. For example, we add strawberries. Yeah, now I add strawberry here. So we add, and now the strawberry convert to the first of integer array with the 0. Okay, so push and unzip we use like this, mean that we want to we use the push when we add the new to the array, mean that it convert into the end of the integer arrays. But when we use the unzip, convert to the first of integer arrays. Okay, so now I add the, let me use the number 3, and I add the, okay, so mango. Okay, so we call, so then I add the mango like this. Okay, so everyone, this is the array that we have the multi methods anymore to learn it. Okay, so in the array we had the last file, the parts where we use the array pop, for example, with fruits, and we use the pop like this, means that the array remove the last integer of arrays. So remove the strawberry. Okay, remove strawberry from the arrays. So right now we add the fruits. Okay, we add the console dot log, like food dot each. Okay, is arrays. Okay, we change the arrays, for example, and we use the function array is. Okay, for example, we add the hello, and then we change its interface. For example, if we add the like this. So we check this is the hello is the true. For example, if we want to change the fruits, okay, and this is the true. Okay, if we want to change the array, we use the array and we fruits default with the trues. Okay, and this fruit true. I mean, then we want to allow, you can utilize this. Yes. So now we want to get on the IT. Okay, we get the object integer of array, so we get fruits and integer of array. For example, we had mango, we had apple. Okay, so and the integer of array is the number 1 referred to the apple. So if I add none, mean that the array when we the integer of the integer of subtract number 1, because when the array find there is another integer of we has now in the array integer. Okay, so you consider or you can remember that when we find the integer of array, when we has, and then we call the integer of array. For example, if I use the peers, because we has the integer 3 and I use the gap, and the integer of array is okay, integer array is class. So why like this? So I use because the part integer we remove with the array here. Okay, so when we remove already we cannot find the object because we use the near the strawberry. Okay, strawberry. Okay, so now everyone you can find use the method of array in on the internet and more. So I use the constant. We add a person. Okay, person. So right now we create the first name. Okay, first name, and we do that John, and last name we add the John Doe's. We had the age and hobbies. We had the hobby, or we use the in array in this person, so I use it. Okay, movies and sports. So we add the address. So we use the street. We had ST. City, okay, which city, and Boston. State, image. Okay, so now we want to console the person here. So we can use the console the loss, and we call a person. So in the person we had in the console we sort of like this, and with the first name, last name, and the hobby we had the music and the address. So we like this. Okay, so right now we want to answer first name and a person or last name. So in the console we had a John Doe, so we cooperate together with all the consoles. Okay, and now we access with the hobbies of the John Doe's and the person, and we add hobbies. So I first we can get the hobby of the John Doe's. Yes, John Doe, but we want to access with the integer more. So I add it like this, and we use it and number 1. Okay, so we can access with the address. For example, we add the address here. So address, so like this. So we want to access address from with the keys. So we can use the dot, and we can the street. We can access the street. Okay, and the street is shown in the console. George city, cities. So in the stat, we show in the stat. Okay, so now we want to access. Because we want to access, for example, I want to access Okay, and you must know the first name and from. Okay, and the first name we add a person, so we use the console.log and first name. So we display the genre pass where we access the first name like this. For example, if we go to the first name, so in the first name is not undefined as from the person, because and the person we have the first name the key here. Okay, so I first, so it is not undefined. Okay, so everyone, if we want to import use the TypeScript on framework, we can has, or you can read the export from the function name or the key name from the object like this. We can call it like this. So I add the first name. Okay, we add the last name. So and I call the first name and last name. So add the last name here. And one more, we want to get more with the address, so we can call with the address. We add the address like this. Okay, with the address, but so we can add it, and you can get the city. But sometimes we get the access the name, first name, but we don't want to get the access with the full like this. So if how to issue this problem. Okay, so in the access we can for example I add city. Okay, so we call the address and I call the city there. So call it like this. So the address is not defined. That is not defined. So we read with the city. Okay, we call the city based on from the address here. Or you can use the stat. So right now we call the stat in the city here. Okay, and we call the access here mean that we cannot access address is not defined. It's from this here. Okay, and we have a lot to know about how to use the objects. Now we want more. We add the email to the person gender. For example, we add a person dot email. Okay, we had the email, but the email there is no in the person, because when we create it like this, the person create automatic college with the new key that I add to it. Okay, so and John at gmail.com. So we add the person here. Okay, we add a person test. So we had the email on the John Doe. Okay, now everyone, now we add to do constant to do with the selection. Okay, we add to do. So in to do we create with the array. Okay, so we add to do. So we add had the key once and title. Okay, to do once. Complete introduce. So now we add new keys. Okay, I add a new key. So we add a new object to the arrays. We had the comma. Okay, so I add number 2 and we add 2. So I add one more and number 3. Add to do, we add 3. Okay, so, and it's true, I add to the first. Because everyone, now we add to do and we want to the console into the console, and we use the like this similar to the object we created before, but and we create like this means that the object we had the object array object. Okay, Okay, not like the person that we created before. We want to hold the first object, not the object array. Okay, how to access? So when we access in the array, you can know clearly when we access the element array from wire. Okay, why we access array element by wires the integer. Okay, integer array. So if I want to read the integer array is number 1, so we call the id 1 and the first of integer array 1. Okay, and integer 1. Okay, integer 0 slash integer 1 and integer 2. So now I add number 2. We add the action under 3. Okay, we access the integer here. So in the integer we can get, for example, the title. We can get the 2-3, or we add the title. Okay, but we add the title with the string. Okay, the same. Okay, we don't use the. You can use anyone, but I use the dot notation to access the array values from the to-do element here. Okay, everyone, now we move to create the access data from the to-do using with the loop, for example. And the loop we have the already for loop. Okay, I loop. So now right now we add the I and we add the 0. We add the 10. So we flip to, and this is the initialize. Okay, initialize. We first the initialize value, and the second we compare condition. Okay, and compare condition, and the last we add the increment. Okay, so increment or decrement to for loops. So now you go to the console and for, okay, we add a for loops number. Okay, so I add, okay, we add the I here. So I refresh, and this is the loops number into the console. Okay, if we want to write a document. Okay, document dot write. So okay, document dot write. So we write to the document with the loop display here. Okay, so everyone, now I display into the browser, not I use the console again. So everyone to use with the console, but in the when we create like this, we might add, for example, we add the right. Okay, we add. Okay, we can go. For example, we plus the I copy as, and BR to for those display here. Okay, so everyone, but we use with the constant net with the for loops number 1. I think that you must to use the complex string because this is the easiest. Okay, so I use the complex string, template string. Okay, we use the template string like this. So and nice. So we want to put the break here. Okay, let's see the same. Okay, so everyone, this is we add the document, and this I to write the command document dot write and for loops. Okay, and we use the for and a BR. So and this is the we add like 1. Okay, and this is the for. So on the next we create the okay, and I use the while. Okay, so I paste. I don't use it like this because okay, while. So if I enter, we use the while loop. Okay, the while loop in the first we create the for example we create the I and tense. Okay, we use the one. So I tense. Okay, document dot rise. Okay, and right now we write for the document device. So I close the syntax. Go to here. Okay, I write document device. Okay, so what's happened not displayed to okay, so everyone now use console the loss. What's happened? Okay, I am sorry everybody. I had best. Oh, I might lost. So we add the 0 number. Okay, now the loads and write to the code like this. So I write to the console the loss. I refresh. When we use it like this, means that the loads over and over again, repeat and repeat after the end. So we use the ice the plus. Okay, so I use ice. Okay, now the value will display to the operator. Okay, now I want. So right now I solve for you with the for loose another one. Okay, so we add the deduce. Okay, we add the deduce dot less. So right now I add, so we had the for the deduce. So and this we create the deduce. Okay, we add deduce. To do dot we add dot title. Okay, now add to do one and to distribute to display. Okay, so and one more we create with the loop. Okay, we use the for loops. Let's and to do of the to do. I use the console and to do we add like this. So the to do okay and loops to the variable to store the to do here. So and we want to get the into here. Okay, and to do what? If we want to read the keys of the to do, you can use the in. Okay, in or rest. So we call the integer. Okay, and this means that we read the integer. For example, integer. so we add enter here. Okay, and this is the for in loops and for of loop refer different. When we use the for in loops, mean that we want to read with the integer of arrays. Okay, and we use the for of mean that we want to access of the element of arrays. Element array, so we can mark it like this. Because we had the integer already, and this is the shape. Okay, now if we want to access as with the map, for example, we read forEach. So in the function we call the to do, we had the forEach array. Okay, and the forEach. So we add a function. Okay, we add a function here. So I use the console.log, and we add the first refer to the values. Okay, and I deduce and in touch, or we add we use the keys. So I call it to do. Okay, we refresh to do. So here, and we add. We show the key and to do with the key here. Okay, and this is that we want to call with the function name as with a function, or one more we can be add as a with. Okay, to do. Okay, I show you again, and if you want to do and dot IDs. So in for each function we one call to do, okay, with the row function. Okay, and we add console.log .deduce. So I refresh, you can call with the same, okay, with the row function. But if we add one parameter, okay, we cannot utilize this. If we use the two parameters in the function, we add the sphere brace. Okay, and this is the same. So I add to do, we add. Okay, I call that to do, and to do we get the object here. So we add dot title. Title, and we add the integer. Enter here. So we add the integer 0 and title 1, and title 1 to do 2. Okay, and you see that we call the for loops for each map, and then we add the filter. Okay, and the filter. So right now we add the filter function here. Okay, we add function. So I let. Okay, now we move to the constant with the user map. Okay, so I use it to do and title. Okay, title, and when we use the map, and the map return the function here. So we use the to do dot maps. Okay, right now we add a function. So we use the. Okay, I add the to do parts in a function. When we get a function, we cannot utilize this. So I return and to do dot title. Okay, so we add to do dot title. I use the console.log to do title. When I refresh, we has the to do and the title. Okay, when we use the map, and then the to do title to constant as to get the data from the maps as when read the loops over and over again, and the data stored to the to do title. If we call it like this, mean that, and this is called the nice original object. Okay, so I paste, we call introduce, and we add to do ID. Okay, we add the ID here. Okay, and we add and call the to do the ID is with the file here, and we add complete. We call the complete rules, and then the last two and the last phrase. One more, we all sometimes developer we create a function. For example, we add without the function name, so we call the to do, and we use the arrow function key. Okay, arrow function. So we return and to do dot. Okay, dot IDs. For example, we add the ID and call the string. If we want to don't use the ID here, okay, so we don't want to use the ID, we can move to, okay, we use the to do, okay, to do and to do dot ID like this. So yes, this is the same. So and this is the shortcuts function that we create. Okay, so we create. So I return the title. We return with the title. And I create one complete. Okay, we add a complete and we call it with the complete here. Okay, so now we want to return with the complete only. For example, if we add the complete, and we call as with what we call as with true and return. Okay, true and the complete with the true with the twos bars. Okay, everyone, sorry. So I use to do. Okay, to do we call and we return and to do dot complete and we call with the true. So right now we return as with the trues only. Okay, so I add one function and return the true public function true. Okay, so everyone, and we cannot utilize it with the map, so we use the we use the filter. Okay, filter, and we return with the filter with the trues. For example, if we want to use the filter, so I add to do, and we add to do dot complete. Okay, and we added true. Okay, so and right now the to do is called with the true. Okay, and we use the ones, and we equal to the file, and we first the file with the to do in the twos. And you see that we use with the sort function. Okay, and this is the sort function, and we want to check with the ID. For example, an ID we call with the ID 3. Okay, ID, and we add the IDs and 3 and the ID. Right, so there is no to display. So we add the number 1, or we can use the equal number 2. So and not equal to ID 1, and we take the enter 1 and enter 2. Okay, and you see that we use the function filter with the sort array, and one more we to do. To do and in touch, so we add a function return. Okay, we added it, so I don't use. we add our function and to do dot complete true. Okay, complete true. Then right now we want to the map to do and return to do. Okay, so we return with the true to do and the trues. And we use the fair because with the one fairs. The one the ID title and we add the ID because with the ID. Okay, so everyone, now you can know clearly how to read and create the array object. So right now we use the condition. Okay, conditional. Right now we create the conditional. For example, I add h10. Okay, h10. If we use the h10, okay, we have the function f10. So I create the console. Okay, so log h. So in the condition display the true, but I think that this is that we call the equal. Okay, we use the like this, mean that data types the same. Or okay, we use the like this, data types must be the same. Okay, must be the same. For example, and this is the number, we add that y, I add the y. So we use the y here. Then we display with the true, but if we change to the y to string number, mean that there is no to the console and the data types is must be the same. Yeah, but data types not the same, but values the same. So in this assignment operator, you must to know is this in the data type not the same, but value the same. Okay, and for example, and h10, okay, 10 h10 and y10. So and data types, okay, we describe data type here, and data types h is number, but value, okay, is number, but numbers, the types number, and is number but a string. Okay, and this is with the same value we call with the true. If I add the assign more, okay, we can now display. For example, we add the fair loss. First, okay, I show with the true. So we add we equals with the string same. For example, if I add the string, and you must the string. Okay, and this is the type must be the same. The type must be the same. The type string and the type string. So the value 10 and value is the 10. Because if we use equal, no. Okay, and the values is the true. So if we change to the number, okay, number, and we call okay, so the true, because we has the mind this condition that the type not the same but what you the same, okay, and this is the type number and the type string. So if we use the string like this, we can display with the files. Okay, you know how to use the 2 assign and 3 assign numbers. So we add so we call h the 10. We call with okay, so we use the console.log dot, and we call the h is the 10. Okay, the console there is not so we add if it comes in 10. Okay, so we use console.log and h is greater than okay, greater than 10. So we use the last at console.log less than 10. So h, because the h we import the number 4, so this is the condition you can compare by yourself. Okay, so right now we assign the compare in the parameters. So we use the h, okay, h 10 twice, or we use the h 10. Okay, so we add a less y and 10. So we add a y. Okay, I move h okay, h more than twice, or s or y is more than 10. So the console there is not displayed because the y and the h, okay, so then number 4 and the y then number 10 or equals. Okay, so everyone, now we use the conditional ternary function or ternary condition. Okay, so we constant h and I use the 10. So we add a constant colors, we add the h times in 10. Okay, we times here 10, we add the red, or we use the blues. So we add a switch color, so we catch red, it's red. So cast blues, get a console.log color. Okay, and the color is blues. So we add a break and the break here. refresh, and the color is red because in the H is more than, okay, more than 10, more than 10. So in the, we have the default, okay, the constant default switch. We have the default, okay, default. We add the console. So the color is not red or blue. So we add the base. So I add the 8 to the 9, and we can get the color is blue because the with the condition is blue. Okay, the blue. So we add okay, because in the check this condition cast, so we add the green, showing that the color is not the blue or red or the blues. Okay, so everyone, now we move to the function. Okay, we create the normal function. Okay, normal function, and we create a function, for example, and hello. Okay, so in the function we console.log hello world. Okay, and then when we create a function, mean that the action no is executed. So we want to execute this function, we must call function name. Okay, we call the function name with the function. So okay, and display this with hello world. But and this is a function without the parameter. So if we want to create the function return, okay, with the return function we create like this. So okay, when I refresh, the data is executed, but there is no display to the user. So we call the function and hello. So we call the hello here. If we call function without the square, we call the full function and to the message. I use the console.log. We add and okay, .log. We call the full function, the parameter and the function, and full block of the function. Okay, and this is the return function. So, and we create a function with the parameter, for example, is number. So I add the number one and number two. So in the number one and the number two we console to, for example, if okay, I return number one and plus number two. So in the parameter we call with the function name, for example, I add 1 and 2, we call okay, it's a number 2. Okay, and for the function, so we had the parameters, for example, I add 10, so we call to the 10. Okay, I use the 2. So the JavaScript we have a none because and this is the function with the default null. So we add the number 1 or we add to the 0 and we call the number 10. If we add the 10, so we call to the plus 20. If we add the 20 default, okay, 20 default, no to display because the remove when we add the new value to it. So if I add a function and the first parameter, okay, so we plus with our number. For example, if we have the use the 0, we add a 10, we display with the 10. Okay, I change the add number and get add number. Okay, so now if you want to add with the default number, we add the default number here, so number 1. So if we add, we don't get the input. Okay, so we display and choose. Okay, so now we add the constant and the number, and right now we use the weight. So we change to the not use the hyphens. Okay, we use it like this with the auto function. Okay, and this is the same, but we want to remove with the shorthand without use the return keyword in the block function as number. So we can move to, okay, now we want to move to the auto function where we add without color. Okay, so number 1, and we have the number 2. Okay, very fresh. So this is the same, but you can do the like this. Okay, the same. This we cannot use the return keyword here. Okay, and there is no, we use it like this, means they are expected token and with the others. So when we use a row keys, we must remove. If we use a row, okay, so with the return function key, we can use it like this. Okay, and this is with the return. Okay, and this turn with function key, but without function key, we remove the sign here, and remove the right. So we can write it like this. Okay, this is the correct code. This is the right with the without return function or without return keyword JavaScript. Okay, now we want to move. For example, I add the number and choose. Okay, num, and we add the num plus. Okay, so and this is the not, but we add the parameter 1. Okay, and this is we add the number 1. So I add, we call the num, and num return num plus 100. So we had the parameter here. Okay, and this is referred to the parameter. So we can add, input the number parameters. Okay, I add 1 and 2 another. But if we had parameters with the default like this, for example, if we add the default number 1, not allowed to use like this, but we can add the like this. Okay, and this is the right function. For example, I add 1, we added 1000, and we remove 1000, but in the function we can remove it. Okay, so everyone, and now we move to the constructor function. Okay, and construct the function. Okay, so right now we create a function constructor. Okay, so now we move to the create a function constructor function. So we add a function. First we create a function and we add a person. Okay, and a person we add a first name and last name, and we add a DOB. So in this we add the first name, we call to the first name. Okay, we add DB2. So we use the console the loss. We test the record the function constructor object. Okay, when we display here, so if we want to create or solid function, okay, and display the object. So right now we constant new. Okay, we add the person and new, and we call the person. Okay, I add one of my person one, and we call it like this, mean that we call the instant add object, the object. So we add for example we add John, the dough, add 01. Okay, and we call the person. We can right now we call with the so if we want to add, we can call with the first name. For example, I call the first name. We can create a John Doe. Okay, and this is we call the constructor function. Okay, so one more, if we create the new person. Okay, and this is the instantiate function. So we create the new function. So I memory submit. Okay, so we add person 2 and we call the to display to the console. Okay, when we access with the person, we add the first name and then we call the memory to display. Okay, and now is the very cool to construct to create a constructor function to instantiate object when the developer to call the function to create with a new person. Okay, and now we create, yes, I call it with one function. Now we create a function in the constructor function. So we had already. Okay, so we add a new box. I create that. So we call it DOB, and we get the DOB. Right now we create a function as a get birthday. So we get birthday. Okay, we get a birth for here. We create a function. So the function. Okay, and this is the function method get birthday. So we return this dot. This dob dot get full name. Okay, guys, get we get full years. Okay, now we create a function with the method the return. Okay, and this get the full name. We add okay, we dot. I will return with the get full name. So we add a function, and this return. We add template string. This dot first name. This dot last name. Okay, everyone. Now we can read. For example, we read the birth year. Okay, so we can call with get and birth year. Okay, so we display in the birth year. We get the full name. Okay, and get the full name. We can get the full name. So we change to the percentage, and we get the full name Mary Smith. So if we so we can change, and we had and function to the player. We had a DOB get function, and the JavaScript we tell with the function. Okay, function. Yes, everyone, and when we see the console, we had the prototype constructor function. Okay, and this now we create with the prototype the called portion constructor function portion. So right now I want to remove to the burst that. Okay, we create the portion dot prototypes. Okay, and we create with the burst that get burst. Okay, burst here. So a function. Okay, so now we create a function prototypes. Okay, I create function prototypes. So when you don't return, okay, I display. And with the prototype function, we get okay, and a full name. Okay, right now we add the prototype, get a full name function. Full name. Okay, we return with this dot, so I copy in the full name. Yes, so we remove from the object. Can create the prototypes in the function here. So in the person one we get burst here. Okay, and this is the same. But when we console in the broad, okay, when someone I call the function, we has the key in the constructor first name, last name, and DOP. But we check in the prototype, we can get the birthday and get a full name that the prototype function. Okay, we get the full years. Okay, get full name.
All right, so that is basically object-oriented programming.
Sorry everyone, I'll get full name, and we can get the full names.
Also called.
Okay, now want to move. Right now we move to create the class. Yes, so we create a class and so we create the class. We add the class and we add the person name. So in the class we use the constructs and use the first name, DOP, okay, and the same. And the CV we add with the class the first name dot last name DOP. Okay, and this is with the same, so I console the log, we call a person. Okay, so I return here. Okay, so we had the already function. Yeah. Okay, so we had already the function construct. So I close, we call, and console the get is another function. So right now we create a function here. Okay, in the class we create a function for example we create the get burst here. Okay, in the class we create like this get burst. Okay, get burst here. Get burst here. Right now I return, and this dot, okay, we call the function. Okay, in the burst get burst here we add code, we call the DOP, and we get the burst here. Okay, so in VS we call it news, and that DOP. So we get the full year. Okay, we create a full year. So now we create a function to get full name. Okay, I add function to get full name. Okay, so right now I copy from the console, from the last one. So when I refresh, and in the file, and we can read in the console, we had a display with the class and the construct with the get here. Okay. So and right now I move here. Convert, so we can get a join down and we get a burst here. Okay, so it's the same. When I move to create a constructor, because everyone you can create by yourself or with the multi-way to create the constructor, or we create the object to instantiate object to call a letter. Okay, now we design the form. Okay, so I pass the form here. You can take time to design by yourself. Okay, so everyone. When create the form already with the section and body, so we add the file style.cs. Okay, I create CS and write by yourself and CS, and then I create the CM. Okay, I create with the constant header, and we add the CM. Okay. Okay, write by yourself, and then I add a case revise. Because when we create the CS to complete already with the CS, now we go to the HTML extension again, and we include the file CS style sheet. Yes, we use the linear style sheet. Okay. Now we call the style CS. Okay, I pass it. So we completed already everyone, and then we go back to the main.js again, and now I move the code that we learned before. So and we add. Okay, then now we call the selector name of the form. So in the HTML we had the selector name ID with the form ID. So it goes with a constant form. Okay, we use my form. So I use document dot selector. Okay. The query selector, and I call the selector constant name inputs and query selector. So the input, the ID, we has the name. Okay, I copy. Okay, everyone, I copy to pass, and we add the selector email. Okay, selector email HTML is the selector name emails. So we add the message again. So I pass. And this is we call the SMT, mean that when the user don't just import or with the empty blank, mean that to alert the message to the user attention. Okay. Now we add the dot SMT refer to the selector class. Okay, and this is the selector class we show here. I copy. So we do the constant. Usually when we to display to the UI, okay, we human and query selector. So we call the selector from the URID. So pass with the selector. Okay, and then now we want to use with the action name with the submit action form. Okay, so we have two ways to create a function. For example, I add on submit. On submit. So we add the on submit. I want to call alert the function to we create a function on alert. So we add the alert with the prevent default. So I create add dot prevent default. Load yes test event form. Okay, so I tell we call the function name to the example we on to the form name, and I just on click on submit, we call the function name. Okay, so when I press enter, hey everyone, I go to pay again and prevent.default. Okay, so we add the event form. What's happened? Okay, so name import already, so we image. Okay, so refresh. So we test with the function successfully. Okay, so in the event. Everyone, now we back to the event form. So, but I don't use it like this, so we remove it. Okay, because we have in the listener on the JavaScript function. Okay, so now we use the form event. Okay, my form dot add event listener. Okay, we add the submit. Then now we call the on submit function. Okay, now we test again. Okay, test. Okay, it's the same, but we remove on submit in the HTML here. So, and now we had a function to the complete. Okay, we had it to the complete, and then we add the model function. If we use the the input name input. Okay, so the input dot value. Or okay, we add a mesh. Okay, main input dot value. Yes. So that if we use the value now, we add the message dot classes. Okay, dot add. We import the error. Yes, we import the error. For example, when I click, so input the error here, but when the error we want to display the message into the okay, we inner HTML that so you please inner H, yeah, please enter of field, okay, of field. So we refresh and so okay, please enter of field. And then now we set the set timeout function. Okay, when we set timeout function means that we want to display with 100 milliseconds. So we add the set timeout. Okay, set timeout, and we want to use the message dot remove. Okay, dot remove is with like this. Okay. So for example, if we add again, and the message then remove complete. If we want to fast remove, we input okay. After that, we use the add function, okay, function to constant, okay, document dot create element. We create, okay, create element UI into the URL. Okay. So we add the li dot append, okay, append char. Okay, we add document dot create text notes. Okay, we added text notes. We added the note, and now we do the like this, and then as we call the input name to display here. Because we call the so I press enter. So we add name input dot value. Input dot value. Okay, and then we right now we to append to user list. Okay, user list dot append. Okay, sorry, append char. I will call the UIs li. When the data input the already, for example, I add John Joe Gmail. So we add okay, now again. Okay, now the value displayed to the URL HTML. Okay, by selector. Okay, this, and then we add the append, but now we want to clear after the input data. So clears or input. So we use the name input dot value. So I add again. Okay, and now inputs clear. So when I click again, you must the input.